Hi, welcome back to my channel. Hi everyone, welcome back. My name is Daisey and this is my channel. I don't know how to intro this, guys. It's been so long. I'm a bit nervous. I feel like everybody here is from my Instagram, which is at Daisey. I'll pop it on the screen now. I've always been a YouTube girl and I'm really excited to be back. I'm not going to make any promises. Obviously, I want to try and stay consistent and post good videos or just videos every now and again. But I don't want to make any promises to anyone. I feel like part of me wants to private all my previous videos, but I do know there are like probably 10 people who message me regularly saying that they've rewatched all my videos and they want me to come back to YouTube and all that. And it's only you 10 people, but I love you and I bet you're watching right now, so I'm gonna keep those for you. So I thought my first video back, just to like ease myself into it, would be answering some of your questions and also doing my makeup routine, because not many people have asked me for a YouTube, but so many people ask me for my makeup routine. And I am in no ways a beauty guru. I'm just using products that work for me. As a yapper girl, this is probably going to be a long video, so I'm going to do my best to keep it in, but let's get started. First question I got a lot was just, how are you? Which makes me cry every time. You guys are the sweetest people in the world, so we'll start with that. But firstly, first step of my makeup routine, any routine always, is skin prep. Skin prep is so important. So this is my holy trinity for skin prep. Firstly, I use the Dr. Jart Intensive Soothing Treatment Lotion. Everything by Dr. Jart is 10 out of 10. As someone with sensitive skin, so many products just do not work on my skin type. And literally everything I've ever used by Dr. Jart is just worked. So big pat on the back for that. I'm then going to go in with the Merit Great Skin Glow Serum and then Dr. Jart Tiger Grass Camo Drops. Loaded question. To be completely honest, the last half of this year has just not been the best. I just felt very unsure with what I'm doing. And 2024 has been a year, let's say. First half of the year, amazing, incredible. I did so much stuff. But then the latter half of this year has just been quite interesting for me. I've been living with my grandma in like really far from any of my friends, and I found that really hard, just being quite isolated from everyone and on my own. I also have no concept of what I'm doing with my life, no clue where I want to be, what I want to be doing, where I want to be living, and it's just been really stressing me out. So I've just been feeling all over the place at the moment. Every day is just like, I'm just getting by at the moment, and that is okay. Like, there is no problem with that. Overall, I am fine. I am happy. I am healthy. I'm okay. But yeah, that's just getting real deep into it. And I know a lot of people in their late teens, early 20s feel like this too. So I just want to remind you that you are not alone. A lot of my friends also feel this way, like, we're not alone, and it is like just a scary, annoying feeling to feel. But that's it in a nutshell. My skin just feels glowy and ready for some makeup. Depending where I'm going, I might wear foundation, I might not. For the sake of this video, I will. I use the Be Perfect Cosmetics Chroma Cover in the shade N2. Pump this on the back of my hand, and we're gonna go in. So, fave country I've traveled to. For anyone who's new here, I have grown up in New Zealand, and until I was 18, I had literally been to Australia and New Zealand, and that is it. And in the past 2 years, I've now been to a total of 28 countries. I love to travel. I've always been someone who's dreamed of traveling, so I love to travel. And at the start of this year, I solo traveled around Europe for 3 months, which was one of the best experiences of my life. So I've been to quite a few places. My favorite country, though, that is so hard. I loved Croatia. Croatia was so beautiful, so fun, met so many cool people. It was just a great place to be. Also loved Greece. I only went to Athens and Crete, and I really want to go back and go to some more places, but they were just beautiful. There's so much culture, beaches, stunning, just best vibes. Love Sweden. I went, that was not part of my trip, but I've got family who live there, so I went again earlier this year to Stockholm. I've only been to Stockholm, but I loved it so much. Like, if I couldn't live in New Zealand or England, I would want to live in Stockholm. I also loved New York. I'm a big city girl. I love a city, so I was obsessed with New York. That was one of, like, I want to go back already. I love New York. That's another place I would live. Next up, this is kind of random order, but I do my mascara now because I have such an issue. I don't know if it's like my eyes or what, but every mascara I've ever tried like transfers. So if I do this now, I can like do my concealer later and then it doesn't look as bad. So this is just the Maybelline Sky High Lash Sensation in Brunettes. That's another like top tip. I love a brown mascara. Okay. A question I've been getting a lot is just about New Zealand. Am I going back there? Am I moving back there? Like, what's the plan? So for those of you who don't know, I was born in New Zealand, lived there until I was 18 years old, and then pretty much immediately moved to London. So I've not been back in 2 years, which is wild. I've not seen my siblings. I have 3 younger siblings who I adore, and I've not seen them again in 2 years. Not seen my dog or majority of my friends. Like, it's been a lot. It's been a long time, and I'm actually going back to New Zealand in literally 3 weeks now, end of November, and I'm feeling very mixed emotions about it. New Zealand holds a lot of bad memories for me, and I associate it a lot with being unwell and just all that kind of stuff. I still live in, like, my family still lives in the exact house that I struggled with all my mental health issues in. I still live in the same town, and I'm a bit nervous to go back, I won't lie, but I'm also very excited to see my friends and family, and I'm hoping to make some happy, positive memories in place of all the bad ones. I'm also quite excited because it is currently rainy, disgusting, cold, miserable weather here, and I know it's only going to be getting worse, so I will be getting back. Hopefully the New Zealand weather will decide to bless me and it will be actually nice. Yeah, I'm going back for Christmas. I'm a bit nervous, but excited. I will definitely take you guys along with that journey, but wish me luck for that. And then in terms of afterwards, I have absolutely no concepts of a plan. I've booked a return flight to come back to the UK, but I might extend how long I'm in New Zealand. I might not. I really don't know, but I am going back to New Zealand for Christmas. Lots of questions about my favourite food and my favourite meal. That is actually really hard. It's so fun to be in a place now where I actually genuinely love food though. So thinking of my favourite meal is like, ooh, this is so hard. Like, what do I pick? I love sushi. That is one of my favourite foods. I love a sushi. I love like a wood fire, like sourdough pizza. Like, that is chef's kiss. I'm a vegetarian, and I genuinely love tofu so much. Like, a tofu like nourish bowl with like sweet potato and like a tahini dressing, like that, so good. Love that. Love like smoothie bowls, acai bowls, anything of that kind of sort. I love banana bread. Banana bread is one of my favorite things. I'm definitely like a sweet tooth. I need to have something sweet after every meal. Love ice cream. There's just so many foods. Like, I love so many foods. It's probably easy to name foods I don't like. Okay, let's continue on. Next up, I'm doing concealer, and this is my favorite concealer. I've used this concealer for years. Not this exact one, but this type of this product I've used for years. It's the Maybelline Magic Eraser one. I feel like everyone uses these ones. This is in the shade 1. Hang on, let me get a question while I put this on. Ooh, okay. Quite a few questions about my experience with being an au pair and all that. Again, if you didn't know, when I moved over to the UK originally, I was an au pair in London for, I think, just over a year, and I honestly loved my experience. If you don't know, an au pair is basically a live-in nanny. So you live with a family, they house you, feed you, you don't have to pay any bills or anything, and you get a little bit of pocket money every week, and in return you help with like the kids. So I did that in London. I did it with 2 different families. I did 6 months with one family, 8 months with the other family. And overall, my experience was very positive. I honestly, biggest advice is to be picky and to ask the questions. The first family I was with, I was too like scared to ask any questions or say anything wrong. So I just kind of agreed to everything all the time, 24/7, which then put me in a position where I was feeling so just like overwhelmed, stressed. Like, I was a little 18-year-old and it was just a lot. I think just being vocal, like you are allowed to be vocal. You're not just a child, like you are an adult. You've got to be 18 to do it at least, but you are an adult. So you're allowed to speak and you have a voice. The website I used was Au Pair World and aupair.com, but I use both of those for each different family. And honestly, yeah, I really recommend it. I think it's a great thing to do. Obviously, if you like kids, you will be looking after and hanging out with kids majority of your time. So you gotta like kids. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. Okay, next up, we're gonna do my bronzer. I love doing cream products and then powder products. So we're gonna do the cream layer and then we'll do the powder layer. For cream bronzer, I'm using, again, Be Perfect Cosmetics cream bronzer in the shade Sand. How are you so confident was a question I saw a lot. It's a loaded question. I think it's taken me a long time to be in this position. You guys all kind of know me as someone who is very confident online, has always been very confident, yada. And I definitely think like this is the most confident, most happy, most fulfilled I've been in myself in my entire life. Growing up, I was a very, very shy child. And then as I got older, I got a bit more confident, but I was less shy, but I was still so like insecure in my body. And then obviously I went through everything in my teenage years. So now that I'm in this position where I am confident, it is like very, wow, this is what it's like. Like this is what I've been waiting for. Advice is how you look has literally, I can't say this enough, has absolutely nothing to do with you as a human. I quite literally think all my friends are the most beautiful people in the world, and it's because of who they are and how they act and who they are and as the people. Like it is absolutely nothing to do with what they look like. I think that was a big eye-opener for me because I was so hard on myself because I thought I can't be confident because I'm ugly, I'm gross, like nobody's gonna like me, and realizing like obviously I always thought, or maybe I think all my friends are beautiful, but when I got to know them, like everyone I love them because of who they are, and it has literally nothing to do with how they look. And I was like, wait, if I think that about them, they probably think that about me. Like I would like trick myself by saying like, how rude is it? Like if I think my friends are only friends with me because of my looks, like that, like do I really think that low of them? No, of course not. So that was a big thing because again, like confidence always came a lot from how I looked. And then again, another tip is the more confident you are, the more like just beautiful and glowing and cool and just like magnetic you are as a person. When I go out and I see confident people, I'm like, I love you. There's like nothing to lose. Like we literally live on a floating rock. Being confident, like, you know what, like this is the only time you're gonna be the age you are now. Like you may as well just go out and like live your life. And yeah, sure, you'll make mistakes along the way, but life is just so much more than what you look. So really reminding myself that. Another big tip is following people on social media who have a similar body type to you or just like have different body types. There are like 3 creators. Like if I'm having a terrible body image day and I just feel awful in my body, I think I'm disgusting, I need to lose weight, I'm just disgusting, and I don't even want to leave the house, I go to these 3 people on Instagram, look at their pages, and immediately I'm like, girl, what are you thinking? Like these people are so beautiful, so gorgeous, and it has nothing to do with their body. Like, oh my gosh. So I will put the names of the 3 people I go to all the time here. But I think just like that has been so helpful for me. When I used to just follow people who were one size, really small, which obviously nothing wrong with being small or being skinny if that is your healthy body, like nothing wrong at all. But when that's your whole feed, it does kind of mess around with you. So I think that is really important. Ooh, finding your style. Okay, this is something I am so passionate about. So cream blush we're using again, Be Perfect. The cheek is in the shade Just Peachy. Okay, this is a topic I'm very passionate about because I've always loved fashion. But then because I wasn't ever very confident, I never really got into it or tried to do anything unique or find my own style, and I just very much copied what all my friends were doing because I didn't want to stand out and be different because I was so scared of that. And in the last year, like if you followed me on Instagram for over a year, like, you've definitely seen my style progress from definitely more trendy pieces and just like things that everyone else was kind of wearing to my own style. And in no way am I saying my style is super unique or groundbreaking or anything, but I've definitely found my style and I couldn't be happier. So my tips for finding your style: go on Pinterest and just start like creating a board and just saving outfits that you like. Like, nobody else exists. It's just you. Like, what would you just want to wear? Like, what would you want to wear? And start doing that. I have always been like such like a romantic, and I love dresses and skirts, and I never used to wear them because I thought, oh, I can't do that. Like, I'm older now. Girls in their like 20s don't really wear dresses and skirts. Like, I can't be doing that. And then I was like, you know what? Like, actually, no. Like, I actually can. I love wearing dresses and skirts, and I now wear them so much. So anyway, go on Pinterest, start just like saving lots of pins, lots of outfits that you genuinely really like. And then again, I love thrifting. I think thrifting is one of like the best ways, like secondhand shopping is one of the best ways to like get your style, because it's just a shop full of literally one of a kind items, like, and nothing's trendy. Like, when you go into a big shop like H&M, it's the trends. Like, everything on the shelves is the trends, which is fine. Nothing wrong with trends, but shopping secondhand obviously is great for the planet, much cheaper, and it's all like unique stuff that when you're looking through, you're finding things that you're not just going to find in any shop, and that helps I feel like that helped me find my style so much, because you're finding things that you genuinely feel drawn to. So Pinterest, thrifting, and then you've just got to start wearing random things. Like, there was a while back where I was wearing some random outfits, and now looking back, I'm like, okay, interesting, but you just got to wear them and see how they feel. Like, sometimes you might go out and think, okay, this is not my outfit, and sometimes you might go out and think, this is it. And I think it's all about playing around. Also, when I wear a lot of the same things I used to wear ages ago, I just style them so differently. Like, styling things is also a big thing. Let's move on to powders. For bronzer, I either use the Maybelline bronzer or I use the Max Factor. This one is definitely more pigmented. So it kind of depends what I'm going for. I think I might use this one today though. And then for blush, I use the Rimmel London Max blush in the shade Third Base. And I also use, oh, my makeup is just everywhere. I also use the Natural Collection one in just like bright pink. Ooh, what is one habit you want to stop and one that you want to incorporate into your life? I love that question. I definitely want to stop my social media consumption. I sometimes trick myself into like being on social media so much. I'm like, oh, but like I'm just like trying to find ideas or try and be inspired or get ideas for my content, when I spend so much time on social media just consuming. And there's nothing wrong with that, but it just always leaves me feeling terrible. It's just not what I enjoy. So I would really like to stop that. Like, my screen time is just ridiculous on apps that it doesn't need to be ridiculous on. And I feel like this is just a habit, like, I'm constantly trying to get rid of, and I'm actively trying. I'm really trying. But that's definitely one. And then one I would like to incorporate into my life. I think I would really like to try, again, this is like my phone. My phone is the issue here. It's me, not my phone. But just getting up in the morning and not going on my phone for the first, like, honestly, like 30 minutes to an hour, like, that would be incredible. Just getting up and just being quiet and peaceful and having my breakfast, reading my book, yada, yada, yada. I would love to just spend the first hour. Like, I do notice when I do wake up and I don't go on my phone for the first, like, bit of me being awake, I do have better days. And it sets me up, like, if I don't do it for the first hour of my day, then I'm less likely to be reaching for my phone throughout the day, versus if I wake up and the first thing I do is reach for my phone, then, again, throughout the day, I am reaching for my phone. So that is definitely something I'd like to get rid of. Okay, quite a lot of questions about, like, my mental health, my eating disorder recovery, all that kind of stuff. For anyone who's new, I was diagnosed with anorexia, depression and anxiety when I was 14, and pretty much my whole teenage years were dedicated to getting through those. And I'm proud to say I've fully recovered from my eating disorder. Woo! I know, crazy. Like, saying that out loud is just wild. Like, I genuinely never thought I would get here. I used to, again, back to YouTube, when I was so unwell, I used to watch so many people on YouTube who were in eating disorder recovery, and I was like, oh, those people are so amazing. I'm so proud of them, but I'm never going to be them. The fact that I'm here now and I'm posting videos about being in recovery or like recovered is just, it never fails to make me smile. It's really a weird thing to think about though, because I feel like because I was so unwell physically and mentally, like all those years genuinely feel like a bad dream or just like a blur. Like looking back on them, it doesn't feel like that was my life. Like it's just such a weird feeling. But yeah, I'm officially fully recovered from my eating disorder. I have no longer get any real eating disorder thoughts. I do still have like a bad body image days here and there. Definitely so much better, and the difference now is like I will have them and my first thought is, okay, let's just have a chill day. Let's look after ourselves today. Like, let's not be crazy. And it's not, we need to lose weight, we need to restrict, we need to exercise. Like, it's just very different now, which I'm just so grateful for. I had questions like, do you still have eating disorder thoughts? No, I do not. As for my depression and anxiety, I definitely think I struggle with those two. They're definitely better than they used to be, but I do definitely still struggle with them. I'm still on my medication for my depression, which I've been on since I was 14. Still on medication for it. I definitely still have days where everything does feel a little bit too much, but it is a lot better. Just more like I just feel quite empty and numb and just like, oh, what's happening? But it's not that I don't want to be here. It's just like I just need to change something up. So it's definitely a lot better, but I definitely still have days with it, which I don't know. I don't know if you would guess. I feel like I'm quite high functioning depression and anxiety, where day to day, like my friends and family wouldn't really know I'm struggling because I never want to inconvenience anybody, but yeah. And then with anxiety, I definitely struggle with that a lot. And I don't know, like, so I get really annoyed at myself because I think sometimes it feels like it's been getting worse. I think living like by myself and not being with people a lot has definitely made it a bit worse. But I don't know, like, I feel like I really expected after solo traveling for 3 months, like it would get better. But there was definitely so many times when I was anxious traveling, and then when I've come back and I'm still anxious, like I still get anxious to walk into a new cafe. Like, and sometimes I beat myself up about that, but I remember, like, Ella, you do so much more. Sorry, that was a bit, like a little bit deep, but yeah, I'm definitely working on her. I'm just using a bit of gel and just gelling my eyebrows. Current favorite song. Well, we all know I am a Taylor Swift girl till I die. Last month, my most listened to song was The Archer, which I listened to 149 times, so I'm definitely an Archer girl at the moment. The Archer and The Bolter are two of my favorite songs at the moment. Just really relate to those. I really feel those ones. I've also recently, this is crazy news, guys, crazy groundbreaking news, I never got the Gracie Abrams hype, and I was kind of sad about it because obviously Taylor Swift and Gracie Abrams are good friends, and I was like, I want to be in the hype. Literally last month, I was randomly listening, like one of her songs came on, and it just kind of clicked for me, and I've been loving Gracie Abrams. I obviously love That's So True. Obsessed with that. I like Risk. I Love You, I'm Sorry. Cool. I've just been like really liking her music at the moment, which is new, fun, fresh, and exciting because we love finding a new artist, in quotation marks, because we know she's not new. But I've really been enjoying her. We're coming to the end. People are asking about the phone upgrade. For those of you who don't know, this is my old iPhone, my iPhone 12. I'm currently filming on my new iPhone, my pink iPhone 15. I love her, adore her. The only reason I had to change is because my phone is about probably 4 years old now. Like, she is old, and she started glitching, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna fix it. So I took it to a shop to get it fixed, and they proceeded to ruin it, and I returned to that shop many times afterwards to get it fixed, and it just was not sorting itself out. So in the end, I had to get a new phone. Like, I literally had to upgrade it. So I've only had this phone for literally a day, but so far, camera quality, amazing, I think. But that's kind of all I've really noticed so far. So So far, yes, I think it's been good, but is it like crazy different? Nothing crazy is jumping out at me yet. What do I do when I'm feeling low? Let's answer that one, but I'm just gonna do my lips. I think we're gonna go berry today. So for that one, I use the Rimmel London lip liner in the shade, can you see that? Oh, I feel like a beauty guru, Mauve Spell. I'm using the Naturals Collection lipstick in the shade Red Plum. When I'm feeling low, oh, this is gonna be hard to talk while I do this. BRB. Lips aligned. When I'm feeling low, I genuinely like to just treat myself like I was a little sick child. So I literally, if I can, just get myself into some comfy clothes. I like have like a nice shower, a nice bath, eat a nice meal that makes me feel good. Depending on how I'm feeling, I will try to talk to somebody I love. Or if I'm just like not in the mood to talk to anybody, take myself to bed and either read or just do an activity that I like to do. So yeah, whether that's just reading, watching like a comfort movie. I love anything Barbie, any like Disney princess movie, like, and just really just genuinely try not to be hard on myself. I also do not like going on social media when I'm feeling low, because I feel like unless I'm feeling it's body image stuff and I'm going on to look at creators who make me feel better in my body, just going on social media tends to kind of just be a little bit of a trap. Sorry, I'm looking for my lip gloss. I'm really not picky when it comes to lip glosses. These are both just like really cheap lip glosses, but both of them do really like. I'm gonna use this one though. Okay. Last question I will answer. I take up my heatless curls. Sorry, this is what was going on the whole time we watched. Hopefully you got the memo that these were heatless curls. If not, you thought I was just rocking a crazy hairstyle. Any goals currently? Big all-time goal is to continue doing my social media, my Instagram, and make that into a full-time career. It is just like, I've never been as passionate about something as I am about like my social media and what I'm doing there. Like genuinely, it makes me so happy, and I just feel like I really am impacting the world in a positive way, which is just all I've ever wanted is to have an impact positively on others, especially young girls, and just girls in general going through it themselves. So I genuinely, like, that would be my big all-time goal, is to be able to be in a position where I can do that and do that full time. Otherwise, I would love to be able to live in London. Somewhere I would love to live in London. I genuinely love London. It's my favorite place, one of my favorite places in the world. I would love to live there again. So the plan is to end up back there, doing my social media. But you know what, life has a funny way of working out sometimes. These are the curls fresh out. Let me check them out. But life has a funny way of working out sometimes, so we'll see if what happens. Whatever happens, my Ella Daisey page will be there for the foreseeable future. We will always be posting there. Okay, curls, okay. What's going on here? This is the thing about heatless girls, is like sometimes they slay and sometimes they really don't slay. So look at the shine. Okay, shine. Okay, well, I kind of look like a poodle, but we'll see. I will continue. We know me. My Ella Daisey page is not going anywhere. Like, who am I without Ella Daisey? She will be here. Anyway, that is the final makeup look that I wear basically every day. Please let me know if there's anything in particular you'd like to see on my channel, but I think it's just going to be, we're going to work this out together. I really appreciate all of you. You guys have all changed my life so much. I would not be where I am today without you. So just a little grateful moment. I love you so much. You deserve to take up space. Your body is the least interesting thing about you. You're gorgeous, you're sexy, you're amazing, and I love you, and I'm so grateful you exist. Okay, bye. Mwah, mwah, mwah.